Morning, this is your math sensei, Mr. Sensei, and this is a writing assignment exit ticket on investment. So Mateo invested $3,000, part at 5% and the rest at 7%. After 1 year, he earned $180 in interest. How much was invested at each rate? So in this case, it looks like we have two things we're investing, and it looks like we're investing 5%, and it looks like we're also investing 7%. So I'm going to say let F equal amount at 5% and so this will be F because F5 starts with an F, and let S equal amount at 7%. So we know that we have these percentages, so we always divide percents by 100, and 5 divided by 100 is 0.05, and 7 divided by 100 is 0.07. I don't have any other percent, so there's not another rate because the only thing that we have in here are going to be percents. So now I have two totals. Mateo invested 3,000, amount invested at 5%. Oh, so this is what was invested. So it needs to go here. So we now have our first equation, F plus S equals 3,000. And I also know that this, because this plus this equals this, and this times this is 0.05 F, and this times this equals 0.07 S. So we know we have that, and we have one other rate, which is the interest. So we now can write our second equation because it's right here. So this is going to be 0.05 F plus 0.07 S equals 180. And we can write our matrix, which is going to be 1, 1, and 3,000, and 0.05, 0.07, and 180. And now I can go ahead and enter that matrix. So I press clear to I have a clear screen. I'm press the blue button, and I'm going to press matrix. That's not showing up. So let's do this. Get those lights back on in here, or try to. There we go. Okay, now we can see. So I'm going to press the blue button, then matrix, arrow over to the word edit, and press enter, and 2 enter, 3 enter, because we have 1, 2 rows and 1, 2, 3 columns. So this is 1 enter, and 3,000. This is 0.05 enter, 0.07 enter, and 180. So now I have that, and I know it's weird, but I'm going to leave the matrix, and I do that by pressing blue mode. Then I have to go back to the matrix, which is blue, and then matrix, arrow over to the word math, drop down all the way to B, which is RREF, press enter. And then I got to go press blue matrix one more time, and I press enter twice, and I find out that he invested 1,500 and 1,500. Now I need to label these, and F came first, so this is F, and this is S. Okay, we need to take a moment and explain it to a friend. All right, so I'm going to switch over to a different screen, and I'm going to put up the writing. Okay, give me half a moment while I make a couple of adjustments here because it's not showing up the way I'd like it to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And hopefully You see, dear friend that dumped me, I know you've been struggling with writing and solving systems of equations, but I can help you. And by the way, the part that you have to write is a part in yellow. Now, if you want to write it to a real friend instead of the one that dumped you, and I'm sorry about that, it's all over social media, you don't have, you can choose another friend. Then it says, I learned how to do it from the math sensei. You don't need to include that. First, read the problem carefully and look for two things being combined together. In this scenario, we're mixing two investments, one that earns 5% interest and another that earns 7% interest. These solutions will be our variables in the first column. We will list 5% and 7%. Next, I'll define my variables. So let F represent the 5% interest, F for 5, and let S represent 7%. S for S for, that should not say 50, that should say S for, 7. Now let's identify the rates in the problem. Rate words include rate, each, etc. In this case, there were two rates. And the reason we know that there are two rates because there were percents. The percents are our rate words in this case. Whenever we have percents, we have to divide them by 100. We should list the smallest rate first, the largest rate next. There is no third rate, so we will mark the third row with an X. Next, I'll look to see how many total values are given. In this case, there are two, which means the original 3,000 goes in the first and the second is 180. I'll record those in the bottom row. So I can write my first equation, which was F plus S equals 3,000, and we should have shown that. Then I'll multiply the equations, and I get 0.05 plus 0.07S, which equals 180. So these are my two equations. I need to write my input matrix, which is the coefficients, 1, 1, and 3,000, 0.05, 0.07, and 180. And my solution is 1,500 and 1,500, 5% at 1,500, 7% at 1,500. So to earn $180 of interest, Mateo invested $1,500 at 5% and 7%. Okay, you can hold it onto the screen for a while you get that all written down. I hope that helps, and I sure look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thank you.